today disappointment, but it's part of the message going forward that the goals for this team are still on the table.
Yep, still got 2 games left. We need to go back this week, get prepared for Louisville, and you know, like I said, 2 games left. We'll be ready next week.
It seemed like today, as kind of compared to some other games this season, there were a lot of deep shots for you out of the slot. Was that part of the game plan going in, and how did you feel those worked?
Yeah, we felt we had a good battle between me and whoever was at safety, so we had a couple plays in this week for me going deep and try to just win my one-on-one battles with the safeties.
Irv, what kind of expectation did you have regarding Eric potentially playing today, and how did that factor into preparation?
I was just prepared for him not to play, you know. So one thing was just getting on the same page with Mahoney. So we know he was 50-50, so just being prepared for him not to play. If he did play, you know, it would have been a good thing, but we were just getting ready for him not to.
Did you just find out right before the game, Rick?
Yeah.
Also take questions for linebacker Zach Franklin. If you have one, raise your hand.
Question for Zaire. Their tight end, Cam Serenade, had a lot of success against you guys. What did he do well, and what did you maybe try and do to keep him in check?
I'm sorry. Really, it was just a lot of, you know, his big plays came from the tempo. You know, as we know, when you're going against a tempo team, a lot of times it's very easy to have someone unaccounted for. They were very good at moving him all around the formation, whether that was putting him at the number 2, line up in a off spot, or having him in place. And a few times, you know, we just kind of let him loose, and he just made some really, really good catches. So.
So yeah, they scored the first 3 possessions, but then you forced punts on the next 4 possessions. In the second half, they scored 40 points. What kind of adjustments did they make in the second half?
I think, you know, biggest thing I think was quarterback run play probably. They was just taking advantage of us crashing down on a running back, and I just think Tim was very decisive in the things that he was doing, whether that was him pulling the ball and getting yards for himself, or him just making, you know, good throws down the field. I just think the difference, you know, Tim just stepped his game up, and that's kind of how it went.
Second row on the right.
Irv, in the second quarter, you took a hit across the middle, came off the series holding your lower back. Did that affect you the rest of the game?
No, it was just a little hit to my back, nothing really major, you know. It was a little stinger, and I just got over it.
Mark, on the right.
This question for Zach. Zach, when did you find out that you were going to play and Eric wasn't? And tell me your thoughts going in and how you think things went for you out there.
I found out that I was starting 14 minutes before kickoff. Preparation-wise, nothing really changed for me. Obviously, first half played well, but missed a lot in the second half.
Other questions?
For Zaire, you kind of touched on some of their zone read stuff. From a defensive perspective, is it as simple as an end keeping contained, or are there things at the second and third level that you guys felt you could have done better to defend that?
I mean, with that, I mean, it just depends what defense you're really running. You know, the difference between, as a play caller, I think, you know, you just put stresses on different places, you know, based off your calls. And so the responsibility of who has the QB changes depending on what we're calling. Honestly, you know, it was just, you know, a lot of times they were just catching this in plays where a lot of times you don't really account for the quarterback most of the time, because a lot of times, you know, you assume that he's going to hand it, or sometimes, you know, they kind of lull you to sleep, him hand it, and he pulls it, you know, much like Zach and Eric do. So just made a play.
Those 2 fourth downs that are late where you kept it, is there an intuition that you might do those? Or you kind of done it a couple times that
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was just really locked in on my job. It was tempo plays both times. All I really could do was lining everybody up and, you know, hitting my gap.
Zach, it was a game of two halves for you today. First half, you started out really strong. Second half, 11 of 25. Did they take anything away from you in the second half? What kind of adjustments did they make?
Yeah, Wake played a great second half, and they did a lot. And I mean, they had a great scheme to not let us get as many big plays as we had in the first half.
Zach, again, I want to ask you about your performance, your last two starts at Pitt last year, and then this game. I mean, you produced a lot of offense and points. Just your confidence in running this offense, and if Eric can't go next week, your confidence in keeping it going.
This is my second year in an offense for the first time in college. I feel very confident. Unfortunately, both my last two starts have been losses. But if I have to go next week, I'll play with as much confidence as I can.
Zach, I want to ask a question about the drive right after you guys go up 43-40, right after Scoop's return. You get the ball to the Wake Forest 33, and then it's 3 shots to the end zone. They all go incomplete, and then Cole Murphy misses that field goal. Was there ever a thought of maybe not throwing deep all 3 of those passes, maybe just trying to gain a few more yards on that series?
We liked the opportunities that presented themselves, and we liked the matchups that we had. Unfortunately, like the second half, there was a lot of missed opportunities.
Time for 2 more questions. Mark?
For Zaire, as one of the captains, how do you pick this team up now? You guys know your margin of error now is gone. You got to win the last 2. Kind of what was your message maybe in the locker room, your teammates, or what will it be this week?
I mean, you said it best. I mean, there's no margin of error. It's do or die time. There's no more time for, any excuses. I think Coach Babers, he said it best. He told us that, last time we were here, we had probably the biggest win in program history. And personally, I felt more embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but more disappointed this game than a lot of other games. And, I mean, you got to treat every loss like you treat a win. But, I mean, just moving forward the next week, the sense of urgency is definitely at an all-time high. And, we just got to find a way to get a win. And, we played some great teams. And, we had some performances that we wish we could have back. But it all come down to a couple of those plays, a couple plays here and there. So, I think it's just on us as not only as a team, but also the leaders on the team to lock in and make sure that, we're pressing that much harder, and our sense of urgency, like I said, is that much harder because you never know which play is going to be the one that decides the game. So you got to keep pushing, keep working hard. I mean, the faith is there. It's not like nobody's not believing in. Doesn't believe in themselves. We just gotta win.
Final question for the student athletes.